We treat November as the only time our vote actually matters. It's the month with the billion-dollar ad campaigns and endless news cycles. But that massive participation in the fall is largely a product of marketing budgets. General elections draw huge crowds, but by then, your options are already locked in. A general election in Missouri's 2nd pulls in 70,000 voters, but the summer primary draws 20,000. This drop-off creates mathematical leverage. An August ballot carries significantly more weight. A small, engaged group effectively sets the menu for everyone else. Sitting out the primary doesn't save you time. It just hands your highest leverage opportunity to shape the district over to someone else. Looking at the Missouri state capitol, the reality of the 2nd District's August 2026 primary comes into focus. You have a choice to make. You can navigate the midsummer deadlines to support a highly specific platform, or you can default to the sidelines. One of the candidates pushing a specific reform-focused platform this cycle is Matt Grant. Grant is a 23-year litigator who started as an Eagle Scout. As a father, he built his campaign around putting Missouri's children first. Deciding whether to back him means looking closely at his systemic reform proposals and weighing them against the strict logistical hurdles Missouri requires to cast a ballot. Grant separates himself from the rest of the field with one intense focus: eliminating corruption within the family court system. His signature legislative proposal is the Child Protection Act of 2027. The policy takes Title IV-D federal grant money and ties it directly to state family court compliance. If a state court doesn't meet required standards, the federal funding valve stays shut. He brings 21 years of litigation experience to the specific legal mechanism. The trade-off here is straightforward. A representative pouring their political capital into family court oversight has less capital to spend on broader national issues. Supporting this platform means you are deliberately prioritizing aggressive, targeted legal reform over generalized federal debate. It requires a voter who specifically wants this system cleaned up. Looking at the United States Capitol, we see the other side of Grant's platform, which targets the federal government itself. His method for downsizing the administrative state relies on concrete administrative tools, implementing strict hiring freezes and rolling out early retirement packages to reduce the workforce. He also targets congressional turnover, proposing term limits for both the U.S. House and Senate, applied with a grandfather clause to ease the transition. By shrinking the number of federal employees and cutting down on administrative waste, the mathematical goal is to lower taxes across the board. Again, there is a clear trade-off. You gain lower taxes and a reduced bureaucracy, but you must accept a smaller footprint of federal services and the deliberate sacrifice of institutional knowledge in Congress. To actually vote on these trade-offs, you have to navigate the physical reality of Election Day in Missouri. Missouri runs an open primary. You do not need to be registered with a specific political party to participate. You simply ask for the ballot you want at the polls. But you do have to clear a hard administrative barrier. This calendar shows the firm registration deadline, Wednesday, July 8, 2026. Missouri has 0 same-day registration at the polls. If you miss that Wednesday deadline, you are entirely locked out of the primary. When you do show up to vote, you must present a valid, unexpired photo ID, like a Missouri driver's license, non-driver license, or a U.S. passport, to cast a standard ballot. This system is designed to heavily reward proactive organization. If you wait until the last minute, it will simply filter you out. The investment requires tracking strict summer deadlines and carrying the right paperwork. The return is a high-leverage vote for very specific structural reforms. This quadrant chart breaks down the decision. The ideal target sits right here, in the high-effort, high-impact corner. That voter is organized enough to hit deadlines, wants to maximize their voting power, and aligns with aggressive federal downsizing and strict family court oversight. If you prefer federal expansion, or if you simply ignore the midsummer deadlines, this path will not work for you. By November, the finalists will already be locked in. The actual power to determine who those finalists are is wielded right now. Your immediate next step is practical. Go to the Missouri Secretary of State website today and verify your registration status. This timeline lays out your windows to act. After registering by July 8th, you can vote early from July 21st through August 3rd, or you can vote in person on primary day, August 4th. Whichever day you choose, ensure you have your unexpired photo ID in your pocket before you leave the house. If you let the July 8th deadline pass, you legally forfeit your voice in this process. handing your share of the power over to a much smaller, highly engaged group of people. The choice is entirely up to you.
Conservative, proven, ready to lead.